What up, guys? Welcome back. It's another Nadia and Matt theme park video time, and today we're gonna basically kind of give you something more closer to like an introduction video on, hey, I've thought about it. You know, I haven't gone in a while, or I've never gone, and you're thinking about making your first trip as a single or as a couple of adults, no kids in tow, excursion to a theme park. We're gonna focus on Disneyland today, since that's kind of like the big one right now. And yeah, we're basically just gonna this is a video on what to expect for people who are new, because obviously I've been talking about it. We've been talking about it a lot. We've been going.
Yeah, we've been going a lot.
Been going a lot. So this is a sort of breakdown of what should you be expecting. What am I in for? And this is just to sort of make you feel comfortable. I want you to feel comfortable and know what you're getting yourself into. Getting it. First of all, you buy the tickets in advance, and you pay and you reserve a certain day. Now, the days are different prices. And yeah, you probably heard, prices are going up. Oh my God, it's impossible to afford. Well, not really, because the most expensive days are the days you don't want to go. Don't go on, they're called tiers. They call them like tier 5, tier 6 now. Don't go on a tier 5 or tier 6 day. Just don't. My biggest,
like weekends, holidays, type stuff.
My biggest recommendation is it's a journey, it's an excursion. You're going to be there all day long. You're going to be there a long time. So just take a day off in the middle of a week on a less busy week. Honestly, that's my big advice to everyone. Is just go on a weekday on a not even off season, just off time, away from things. So
like a Tuesday, Wednesday.
And just so you know, going into next year, going into 2026, the cheapest days have not gone up in price. What is the absolute cheapest day? It's $104. Is the absolute cheapest day at Disneyland. Oh boy, I know. But they have not increased the price of that. So go on an off season day for as cheap as you can. And the I'd say probably the best advice I can give is get there before it opens.
Yeah.
For everyone jumping in, you will probably, if you do the normal parking, there's different places to park, but the normal parking is you park, you go, then you have to go down to a security checkpoint, and then you got to get on a little tram. This little it's like a big Caterpillar go-kart thing, and you'll be, as you're seeing the footage here, you take the tram from the parking lot to the front of the park, which is actually a pretty decent walk, and we've done that walk. And you can do the walk, but
you can do the walk too.
You go in, you get into the parking garage, park, and then you go down a big escalator, and you get on through a security checkpoint, and then you get on a tram, a little Disneyland tram. Yeah. So first thing you should know about that is that parking the car to getting to the front of the park is a little bit of a journey on its own. So factor that in. You want to be past the tram, you've ridden the tram before the park's open. You want to do that. If this is how you really do Disneyland. So
yeah, but not only that, when it gets noon to 1, that's when the park gets really busy.
Really busy, yeah.
So all that time, all the few hours before noon and 1, you have a lot of time just to get on whatever you want before it gets really crazy with lines.
That's the important part here, is that you those first few couple hours are the best, because a lot of people are just waking up, they're getting a Starbucks, they're kind of
if they have kids, then they're gonna have to get everybody into the car or load up, or everybody's gonna have to get getting ready to get out of wherever they're going.
Yeah, so if you're a single or a couple of adults, take advantage of your ability to move fast, eat ass, and get into the park, get there before. It's called rope drop. Rope drop is 8 a.m., by the way. So you can go into the park before 8, but 8 a.m. is when they do what's called rope drop. So the first part of the park, you're going to see it now, Main Street. That's the first thing past the check-in gates. And they will take your picture at the front of the park, so just be aware when you go to check, when you go in through the front gate, which is this, by the way, parking, through security, rode the tram, got to the front gate. Now you're at the front gate, they're going to take your picture, and then you're past the front gate. What's that? You get this beautiful view of Main Street, USA. And, I mean, as I'll show you here, with this opening, this opening shot here, man, this is gorgeous. So Yeah, so now you're on Main Street. What is Main Street is one of the lands. There's a bunch of lands in Disneyland. Main Street is kind of the shop, if you will, the shopping district. There's no particular rides here. You can ride you could ride horseless carriages, like, you know, super old school style cars. You can ride these old school style double decker bus. You can ride a horse drawn carriage. Those are the only thing as far as rides go, and they just take you to the front and back of Main Street.
Yeah, it's not really a ride. It's just kind of like my feet hurt.
Yeah.
I need to get over here.
Exactly. There's a couple theaters. You can go to a theater and watch old Mickey Mouse cartoons, like really old ones. And then there's a theater where you can watch a robotic Walt Disney talk to you, which we haven't even done yet.
Yeah, because most of the time we just want to hurry up and get to the rides and not worry about Main Street and whatever else is going on there.
Yeah, and parades end here. You'll see like bands play here. It's a fun place to be, but yeah, and then of course the train station, as you saw, like the train station it's a good place to get on and off the train. Although the Main Street is like no handicap accessibility on Main Street. It's really weird that they actually are somehow we're able to get away with that. But anyway, so you walk to the end of Main Street, and then boom, you see the castle, and then there's basically it's like a wheel, and you have like 4 different lands you can go to from the wheel. So beginning of the day, we say go to Tomorrowland. That's kind of like the go to Tomorrowland. It's on your right.
Space Mountain first.
Right. So go to Space Mountain because it tends to clog up really hard, really fast. Kind of like, you know.
Not only that, but you get there really early and you're still kind of tired. Space Mountain will wake you up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Every time, like everybody on the ride early in the morning, they're like, "Whoa, I'm up now."
Yeah, you're up and you're ready to go.
Your hair is like.
Yes. So you go first time Disneyland, go down Main Street.
Yeah.
Go to the right when you get to the end of it to Tomorrowland. You'll see the sign, big rocket orbiter. You know, and you just go to the back of Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland's, I think, probably the biggest land in the park technically, but it's really weird because it's kind of like funneled. You go down like this pathway, and then there's Star Tours on your right, and you know, Buzz Lightyear, Ass Blasters on your left, and then like you get to the back corner, and there's Space Mountain. There's a bunch of places to eat. Then there's like the submarine and Autopia.
Yeah, it feels like spread out and split.
Yeah, Tomorrowland's a little weird. It's big, but it's kind of like scattershot. It's the land in most desperate need of a refurbish, but who knows? But anyways, the point is you want to go there first because you want to get on Space Mountain because that line tends to be the gnarliest at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
So go to Space Mountain, and then after Space Mountain, just real quickly, we'd say Space Mountain, Matterhorn, Indiana Jones, maybe Big Thunder, and then Rise of the Resistance, Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. If it's open. Star Wars.
Yeah.
You definitely want to go on Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, but it doesn't open at 8. It does, and it closes early. It's like 10 to 8 or like 11 to 8. So it's not really a ride that you can like, run to that ride first. It's not open.
Yeah, but you can go to Oga's, have a little snack and a little drink, and wait.
Yeah, so that's kind of the secret thing is if you go to Oga's Cantina, there's a Star Wars Cantina in Galaxy's Edge in the back. Go there early because people tend to go there later because it's just for drinks. They have drinks and snacks, and it's honestly like it's good because you don't have to wait at all if you go there early in the morning. But start your day in Tomorrowland and then go around the back of Tomorrowland, and then there's Fantasyland. Now, Fantasyland is the kiddie-ish area of the park. It's kind of like it's behind the castle. It's kind of like where all the mainstream stuff, or I'm sorry, not mainstream, but like all the big original rides are, like the original carousel, original everything. Matterhorn is next to it. You're gonna see it's a big mountain. I like it, but it is.
I don't like
bumpy. It is bumpy, and you will be tossed around.
It's not very comfortable.
Not a comfortable ride at all, but it is kind of neat because it's really old. But it's like this really old themed indoor roller coaster, kind of like doesn't exist in any other park.
I do like the theming. I think it's cool, but the ride isn't very comfortable. It hurts so many parts of your body.
Yeah, you're going on it because it's unique, not necessarily because it's like a great ride, but it's the only one of its kind in the world. So if you're in Disneyland and you're like, hey, what's something in Disneyland that doesn't exist anywhere in the world? Well, Matterhorn is that ride. Technically, our Space Mountain is now entirely unique because, as far as I'm aware, because Japan closed their Space Mountain, which was based on ours. So our Space Mountain is very unique. It's very different from World Space Mountain, and it's different from France's Space Mountain. So our Space Mountain's pretty unique and it's musically themed and synced to the ride, which that's a real big plus in my book. But yeah, Fantasyland, if you're an adult or a couple, you may not necessarily want to spend a lot of time in Fantasyland. It is like kind of like stroller parking nightmare.
It is. Especially in the afternoon.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because everyone wants to go on Peter Pan, and Peter Pan's cute, but it has huge waits. And I'm just gonna tell you right now, I think as an adult, single or couple, you probably don't need to go on Peter Pan's flight, Neverland flight.
I've been on it once, and I was like, I like the beginning. I like that it looks like you're actually flying over like a city and stuff, but that's where it ends. Because then it's just like, oh, okay, I'm looking at like dioramas.
Yeah, it's a neat ride, but like it's usually got a 35 to 45 minute, and it's not worth it.
But I will say Pinocchio is worth. Oh wait, Pinocchio, just like to see like the giant monstro.
and there's almost no wait time. Pinocchio's Daring Journey. It's a small dark ride, and no one usually goes on it, so it's actually like a great little jump in, get scared for a little bit, and of course our beloved Mr. Toad. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, which I believe is unique now. Again, unique to Disneyland. You got to go on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. It is only very loosely based on the movie, but it's unhinged because it's a ride where you start out roaming around a palace, and then you end up nowhere in particular. So it's a very unhinged ride, but it's 70 years old. It's just very beautifully well themed, like wood crafted, props on the inside, and it's just sort of like a time capsule of a ride, and it's very fun, and it's very crazy, and like story wise, it's like you all kinds of stuff happens, like you die, stuff like that, like. Yes, you die. Like just go on the ride, you'll understand. If you go on it. But yeah,
and that ride is very quick. Like even if it's like a fully packed line, it goes by so fast.
Yeah, it's a constantly moving. It's a fast loading, fast unloading ride.
Yeah.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Fantasyland. Those are to me. It's like Matterhorn is great for me. We both love Mr. Toad. You recommend Pinocchio. I don't know if I recommend Snow. Snow White's been modernized, and when I mean modernized, it's like they have a lot of new effects. A lot of new stuff, and it's a lot more colorful and bright. And it used to be this terrifying Dark Souls ride that spent most of the ride was in a dungeon or a haunted forest, skeletons and just macabre stuff everywhere. It's still like that in Tokyo, but in California they decided to like brighten it up. It's much more colorful.
Yeah, I like Tokyo's.
Yeah, so exactly. I was so happy that it was still there. You got to experience it. So. And you can probably skip Snow White. You can probably skip Peter Pan. Carousel and Dumbo are like whatever, Again, as an adult, you probably don't. There's really nothing in it for you.
And you would barely fit in the Dumbo ride because you can have two people, but it would be so scrunched up. It's not very comfy.
It's just a ride that goes in a circle.
You can go up and down too. Like you can move the elephant up and down.
Yeah. There is an interactivity. Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
There's the Casey Jones train. Again, as an adult, you probably don't want to go on this without a kid. And the Storybook Land cruise. Again, not really much there for you as an adult. Yeah. It's a tiny little boat ride that goes around little 3D dioramas of movies.
Yeah. Unless you want a little break or something.
Yeah, but it's also
like
outdoors.
Rest your feet, but whatever.
And again, if you're into, there's also Small World, which we don't go on. We don't really recommend. It's just a ride where you have to listen to like a minute long song or a 30-second long song over and over and over again for 10 minutes. It's kind of like being waterboarded.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's I don't know. Small World's huge in Disneyland. It's got a big facade and everything, but like I don't know why you'd go on it. It's we call it a skip. As an adult, skip it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Fantasyland we recommend Mr. Toad, recommend Pinocchio because it's a short wait, and I recommend Matterhorn if you want like a much more thrilling roller coastery style ride that's gonna try to scare you with its effects and its Yeti and stuff like that. So. Also in Tomorrowland, like you don't really need to go on Autopia or the submarine. As an adult, there's probably not much in there. There are going to be long waits for the submarine. I don't really recommend going on either of them. Autopia is, I don't know.
I think the submarine from afar, like when you're watching the submarine go with the people, I think it looks a lot better than actually being in it. And because you're so cramped. Yeah. Like you are like sardines next to each other. And it's not
in a little steel cylinder. I don't recommend
unless you really like Nemo.
True. I mean, if
So-
you really want to see, but I don't know. Like, there's better Nemo rides. There's an amazing Nemo ride in Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can't go to Japan.
If you can't go to Japan, this is not much of a substitute, honestly. So I would say just don't bother.
Yeah, in Autopia, like it gives me a headache after a while because the fumes.
Yeah,
And it's not like a free like go-kart experience. Like you're on a track and you have to go a certain way, so it's not.
Yep.
Yeah.
You are forced along a track. You cannot bump. You can't even try to bump into people.
Yeah, it's
on
not like bumper
Autopia.
cars or anything.
It's yeah, and 70 years of gas fumes it's not really worth it.
Yeah.
So yeah, behind, I guess before we kind of travel to the other side of the park, behind Fantasyland is Toontown. Mickey's Toontown. Is this in your favorite land?
I think it's really well themed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got a makeover
looks like you are
recently.
in a cartoon. Like I don't know. I like it. I don't like a lot of the rides because there's like little kiddie rides. There's like the but I do like Mickey's Runaway Railway and the Roger Rabbit ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two standout rides there are
Yeah.
Mickey's Runaway Railway. Now, as an adult, I actually still recommend this ride.
Yeah.
It's a trackless ride. It's kind of cool because you're on these seats that literally move without a track, without anything guiding them. They're actually GPS driven. It's very cool. They do a lot of fun stuff with it. It's based on the much newer Mickey Mouse shorts that are actually really funny.
Yeah, they're my favorite. I like those shorts.
It's a really, really good ride. It's basically like you could look at something like Mr. Toad or Pinocchio, and those were rides 70 years ago. What would people 70 years ago do today? The answer is Mickey's Runaway Railway. It's much longer too, because of that. But yeah, it's the king of dark rides. Like from surface, from the ground to the ceiling screens.
Yep.
Like all around you. You'll be in rooms, from the floor to the ceiling, where it's all one it's a changing.
If you want to be
animated screen.
immersed, you will be immersed there.
Yeah, it's like being in a cel-shaded video game.
Yeah,
like,
it's so cool.
it's a really cool ride. And then not as cool, but still like if there's no wait, Roger Rabbit's pretty good because you basically you have the ability to spin your car independently as it moves along the track on its own. So you can make yourself really dizzy if you want. It's a fun ride, not worth a huge wait. There is a tiny 15-second roller coaster that was themed to Rescue Rangers and Gadget.
It is very fast.
It is.
Like you blink and it's over.
Yeah, the ride is over very quickly. Again, don't wait for it. Don't even bother. I do recommend there's a watermelon drink right outside the exit of Mickey Runaway Railway that I highly recommend at the Daisy
really
Cafe.
good.
Yeah, otherwise, Toontown a lot of it is meant to be sort of like a children's play area. So you can kind of just go in, take in the ambiance, just kind of like look around, like admire how like weirdly cartoonish everything looks.
Yeah.
But like you're mostly there for the Mickey's Runaway
I
Railway.
do kind of wish all of Disneyland was like that.
Like Toontown?
Yes.
Like
I
animated?
wish the entire Disneyland was like Toontown. It would be so fun.
You want it to be animated?
I want all like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Like how it has like the backdrop. I want it all like that. I want to feel like I'm in a cartoon.
Yeah. They do a really good job there. I can't knock that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all on the right side of the park is Tomorrowland, Fantasyland, Toontown. Those are, again, you get there at 8 a.m., go to Space Mountain, then go to Matterhorn, Indiana Jones, and maybe Thunder Mountain if it's open, or Haunted Mansion maybe. But yeah, let's say you go to the other side of the park. Let's say you go left instead of right. You go left right into Adventureland, and that is Adventureland. I like Adventureland. I'd probably say it's my favorite land, but it's super tiny, and it is a choke point. Like there's a very narrow corner you have to turn on it right as you go into Adventureland, and it is just a massive choke point of people. So if you're there on an even mildly busy day, it's going to be rough to go through Adventureland. But Adventureland has combination of my favorite ride and some of the best food in the park. So Adventureland is all supposed to be like sort of jungle themed, and Indiana Jones, the last great practical effects driven ride. I love the ride. It breaks down a lot, but it'll be back up. Like it breaks down and comes back up, breaks down, comes back up. Just try to get on the ride if you can. I love the ride. It's my favorite ride there. But there's also the Jungle Cruise, which is it's 70 years old and it's kind of weird, oddly terrifying if you go on it at night.
Yeah. The hippos. The hippo area at night, scary.
Yeah, oddly terrifying at night. They try to make, they have real people driving, real cast members driving the boats and try to make jokes the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, if you like puns.
Yeah, it's a punny ride.
Yeah, it's very funny.
But they also have something called the Bengal barbecue, where you can get meat on a stick, glazed in all kinds of different sauces, and you can get a Dole Whip at the Tropical Hideaway in Adventureland.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want like soft serve or like a soft serve float, pineapple themed or pineapple flavored float, Tropical Hideaway is pretty great for that stuff.
Yeah.
If you want like a midday,
especially
cool
if it's
down.
a hot day.
Yeah.
Oh.
So really like Adventureland, but it chokes up really hard there. So if you have to get from like say New Orleans Square to the front of the park, don't go through Adventureland. Go through Frontierland. Because next to Adventureland is Frontierland, and it's like the cowboy themed thing, and no one goes through.
No one goes there.
Nobody goes through the front entrance of Frontierland, which is right. They're right next to each other. Adventureland, Frontierland are like they sit next to. Go through Frontierland because like for some reason people don't go through that way. They go through Adventureland or they go through Fantasyland. Oddly,
Yeah.
but Frontierland's it's weird because it's very spread out and you don't really know what counts as Frontierland and what doesn't. The only really big draw in Frontierland is Big Thunder Mountain, which is great.
Yeah, I like it.
Even better at night.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a Mexican restaurant, Rancho del Zocoro, or Zoclo, I forget what. It's with a Z. It's right next to Thunder Mountain. It's actually a pretty good place if you want to get Mexican food in the park.
Mm-hmm.
But there's really not much more to say about Frontierland. Frontierland is like, it's a cowboy themed land, and
Yeehaw.
yeah. you can get on the boats, the big steamboat there that goes around the big rivers of America. But yeah, the left side of the park is dominated by Frontierland, Adventureland, and then behind them is New Orleans Square. And then behind that is Bayou Country, as it's called now. And then behind all of that is Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. So, yeah, like my advice is if you've gone on Space Mountain and you go on Matterhorn or just skip Matterhorn and go to Indy and Thunder, then you go into the back into New Orleans Square. Also gets pretty busy around here a lot.
Yeah.
Pirates is an interesting ride because it's not much happens on it. You're kind of just on a boat going through. There's a couple drops at the beginning, but it's basically a ride to rest your feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's indoors. It takes like 15 minutes to go through the whole ride. And it's just vibes. It's a vibe ride.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, if not for the fact of the drops, it would basically be like Pinocchio,
Yeah.
or something like that. It's just a dark ride, but it has some drops
Yeah,
at the
I can see
beginning. Haunted Mansion is beloved by many.
I can see why.
You can
I
see
can
why.
see why.
It's kind of neat. I think it's gotten this sort of fan favorite status lately that kind of
I do really
clogs
like
up.
the effects.
Yeah,
I will say that.
the
I
ride
think
is
that's
cool,
why.
but like I don't. It's been getting some really heavy wait times, and I don't know that Haunted Mansion is necessarily worth a huge amount of wait time. It's a cool ride, but like if the difference is like say you wait 15 minutes for Pirates of the Caribbean, and you got to wait 40 minutes for a Haunted Mansion, it's not really comparable. Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean are about the same level of ride to me. Like, I don't think Haunted Mansion is so much better, say, than Pirates, that the experience is so much better that you should be willing to wait like double or triple the time.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Because there are a lot of times when we go and we just don't go on Haunted Mansion because the lines are too crazy.
Yeah. So from August to January, it's a Nightmare Before Christmas ride. They changed the whole ride to be Nightmare Before Christmas themed.
Hell yeah.
And it's maybe a little better. Like I know for you, it's
a lot better. I like it.
It's a lot better. Than so it feels like it feels like they put more things to look at when it's Nightmare Before Christmas than it is when it's normal Haunted Mansion. Like there's literally more things to see.
Yeah, it's way more decorated.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're gonna go to the park, say you want to go off season in September, check out Haunted Mansion if it's open by then. Sometimes it may not be, but. And then behind that is Bayou Country, and you've got Tiana's Bayou Adventure, formerly Splash Mountain. You will get soaked.
Oh yes.
It's a neat ride. It's missing the villain song. I will never let this go. Like they They made it a sequel ride, but like you should still have put the villain song on there. I have no idea what they were thinking with that, but you will get soaked. It's great on a hot day. If you don't want to be wet head to toe, maybe don't go on the ride.
Yeah.
It's a big ride. It's a fancy ride, but yeah, just know that this is a ride where you're gonna get drenched. And then there's a tiny Winnie the Pooh ride next to Tiana's, and
it's cute.
Fine.
It's cute.
Don't wait for it, honestly.
The little store next to it too is really cute.
There
a
is
lot of really cute Winnie the Pooh.
There
stuff.
is a Pooh corner. The corner
A Pooh corner.
Yeah, a Pooh corner. Where Pooh does his business, where you can get some candy and sweets over there. It's a nice little like getaway in the back there, way in the back.
Yeah,
there.
it is. It's like hidden.
Yeah, it's a nice little getaway there. But yeah, otherwise like there's the Hungry Bear restaurant and it's always packed.
Yeah, we've never even been in there, have we?
Yeah, because it's just like
we've been in there like once for like the late night.
Yeah,
but that was only to get like a drink or something.
A drink. I don't think the drink wasn't even that good, but
yeah.
But yeah, and then if you walk past Bayou Country, you're gonna end up at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which will loop back around to the other side of Frontierland. And Galaxy's Edge it's neat. You feel like you're walking on the set of a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's really well themed.
It is very well themed. Rise of the Resistance is great. The Millennium Falcon ride, not great. Smuggler's Run, which is getting an overhaul next year, as it stands now, you can definitely skip it. If it is like a 5 to 15 minute wait, sure, maybe. But just know that...
You better hope you're a pilot then.
Yeah, just know that it's a ride where you're supposed to take the role of a pilot, a gunner, or an engineer. And gunners and engineer literally you just sit there and tap a button and do nothing else. Pilots actually get to move the ship.
Yeah, they do the most.
Yeah, so it's a ride where everyone else's job sucks. So there's 6 people at a time on the ride, and only 2 people are having fun. So
yeah,
it's Smuggler's Run. We call it Smuggler's Ass for a reason. So, yeah, and that about wraps it up because again, the other end is you end up behind Big Thunder Mountain, where Big Thunder Mountain and Fantasyland meet in the back, and you may basically make this big circle. So that's kind of our breakdown of what to expect when you're in Disneyland. Like Tomorrowland, great place, but tends to be kind of busy at the front of Tomorrowland, but the back of Tomorrowland is usually pretty empty. You can walk around good there, but go to Space Mountain first. Yep. Go to Matterhorn second, because Matterhorn, if you want to go on that ride, be aware that the line can get very long and can get clogged up. So if you're going to go on it early. Go on Indy early because it likes to break. Go on Thunder Mountain. You can maybe save Thunder Mountain for night. As far as Lightning Lane, so there's things called Lightning Lanes and Lightning Lane Premium or whatever they're called. If you follow our advice, you really won't need it. I don't think so. You go on an off day, get there before opening, get on Space Mountain and Indy, and then you try to get on. Maybe you might be able to wait for, if you're there when Rise of the Resistance opens, make sure you go on that ride. It's worth the wait, even if you do wait even an hour. It's pretty much worth the wait. It's an experience that won't go into in full detail, but like it's an experience. Every single bit of technology ever invented for any theme park ride is used on Rise of the Resistance. It's incredible.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. It's the only ride there that I would say is really worth the wait.
Yes.
And the thing is, we've never bought Lightning Lane.
Nope.
Never bought it. And the only ride I think we've ever waited a decent amount of time on is Rise of the Resistance.
Yes.
We don't even jump into a line if it's like over 30 minutes, I don't think.
Yeah.
And
but the thing is, we're there like almost all day.
Yeah.
So expect, if you don't get Lightning Lane and all that, then expect to be there a pretty long time in order to do everything.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, like, trying to help you out here, like, there's so many rides technically at Disneyland, and you're not going to be able to do everything in one day. But what we're trying to tell you here though too is that, like, you don't have to go on everything, because not everything's worth going on. Again, Autopia, Submarines, Peter Pan, a lot of the small Fantasyland stuff, not really worth it. I say go on the teacups if you can.
Yeah.
The Gadget Coaster, these are really not worth it. Don't bother waiting in line.
I say pick, if you have to get a favorite movie as a ride, go on it.
Yeah, if you like Star Wars Indy, go on it. If you like Star Wars, check out Star Tours. Usually it's a low wait time, and then it's a randomizer on the ride, so you're going to go different planets every time you ride the ride. So that's pretty good too. We haven't talked about the other park. We'll get to, I guess, we'll talk about
other park.
We'll talk about that some other time. But like, yeah. And then the other thing too is that if you say like, okay, I can't go, or I don't want to go on an off day, or I don't want to go a normal day. The best time to go to Disneyland is in an after dark event. These usually happen at the front half of the year, because the back half of the year is all reserved for Oogie Boogie Bash, which sell out very quickly, and they're only in the other park. Yeah. But if you can find a way to get into a Disneyland after dark and at the first half of the year, we recommend it. Yeah. It's much lower crowds. It's at most of it the time is at night, so you don't have to worry about the sun. Way less wait times on almost any given ride.
Yeah, because everybody's too busy trying to do like photo ops. You can go in line and wait for photo opportunities that are special for that event, or you can just take that and then go on every ride. Because like nobody's on them because they're all waiting in line to take pictures.
Exactly. So Disneyland After Dark events, probably one of the best things to do. If you're going there for the first time ever, you're not. Again, Disneyland After Darks are usually only like 5 hours long, so. And they're expensive now. So if you want to get the most bang for your buck, go on an off day, a cheap day, and then again, get there before rope drop at 8 a.m. Get on the big rides. Again, the big ones. Let's one more time. Space Mountain, Indiana Jones, Big Thunder Mountain, Rise of the Resistance, Matterhorn. I recommend Matterhorn. And again, there's other big rides that don't tend to have huge waits. Mickey kind of goes up and down. You can just sort of gauge it on the Disneyland app. Like when Mickey's low, just go over to Mickey. Thunder Mountain's kind of the same way. Haunted Mansion and Pirates are the same way too. You don't have to rush to get to those rides in the first hour or two. If you can, great. I would not Pirates almost never has a huge wait, so don't prioritize Pirates. If I was like
Pirates, it's kind of like deceiving because the line could be really long, but it goes by really fast.
Exactly.
Like it's constantly moving.
Yeah, it's a fast-moving line. It's don't rush to go on Pirates. Rush to go on Space Mountain. Rush to go on Indy. Rush to go on Matterhorn. If you're in Galaxy's Edge somewhere around 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning inside the park, yeah, try to jump on Rise as soon as you can if you happen to be over that way when they open that ride. But it's worth waiting for either way. The other ones, kind of just gauge it. You get the app and just kind of eyeball the app every time. And then I guess we'll do another video where we talk about like the sweets and treats and the eats.
Oh yeah.
Sweets and eats, treats of Disneyland, and kind of like also some hints, some like life hacks to save you some money. Yeah. On the sweets and eats and just like because we are going to be real with you. I think we can both be real. Mm-hmm. There are some places that are like deceptively good, and there are some places that are awful.
Yes.
There's some awful food at Disneyland, and there's some really good food. And we'll break that down in some other video.
Yeah, because we like food.
Obviously,
we like eating.
Obviously, I like eating, and I like some of the exclusive treats there. Yeah. So yeah, that's our sort of breakdown. That's what to expect at Disneyland. Just go, have a good time, have fun, just enjoy being there, take in the ambiance, especially. A good time is in the middle of the day when it gets really packed, and it's like, okay, go get yourself like an ice cream or something or a Dole Whip, and then just sort of like soak in the ambiance, watch like the marching band on Main Street or something. But yeah, that's how you do Disneyland. It's be there early, get the big rides that clog up fast out of the way first before everyone gets there, and then just sort of enjoy the rest of the day, just soaking it all in. So. Yeah, let us know what you guys think, and hey, we'll see you for the next theme park video.